Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello and welcome to episode 60 of FANGIN and BANGIN with Gangrel, and I would say Ariel, but if you notice, well, you probably the cameras aren't over there because I'm the only one in the studio today. And I believe that I'm the only one in the studio today is because he did not, Raymond. Good morning, Raymond. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right. He didn't want to, I don't believe that he wanted to address what went down this past Saturday. Yeah. No, I'm not sitting here the new CCW heavyweight champion, or the CCW, as some want to call it, a world heavyweight champion, but I'm just going to call it a CCW heavyweight championship. No, I'm not the champion. But nor did he do this. When it came, you didn't come to the show, did you?
No, I didn't.
It was your birthday, though. Happy belated birthday. It was your birthday this Saturday. That's why you come out. You're probably out at the office down in Miami doing whatever you do.
I don't speak on those things.
You want to speak on that? Nah. You ever been in the office? No? You're not going to speak on it?
Can't say, man.
I drive by there a lot of times, but I'm afraid to go in. I'm not afraid of my life when I go in. Afraid that when I go in, I'll never come out because I choose to stay. Yeah. So Saturday it was Miami Unbranded Brewing Company in Hialeah, in Miami, the CCW show, and Ariel. I wrestle Ariel Levy. He's the champion, but then he brings out Alan, PCP. Or 2PT or P2P, whatever. He has this other Chilean friend that wrestles that I believe Alex Chamberlain just Jay Vidal beat for the belt, took his belt, but he's associated the Chileans, and so not only did I wrestle two people, I feel I wrestled three with the referee but she did a good job. I can't blame the referee, but she missed the fact things went down. It was one of those crazy kind of finishes where the referee got knocked down. I hit him with a DDT. 1, 2, there's nothing there. I get up, look around, I get drop kicked off the top rope. Like, blasted with like this crazy Chilean off the top rope. So the referee, I assume, is trying to get up. She's walking down the ropes behind me. Now I got two of them on me, Ariel and him. They send me off, and then they go to hit me with a double clothesline. So I'm like, I ducked this double clothesline. So when I ducked the double clothesline, who do I hit again? Referee, right there. She got that kishy ass to the face, right in the temple. Bah! About knocked her out of the ring. So, knowing I hit it all, I still had the wits about me to kick Ariel, throw that Allen guy over the top rope, assuming I got rid of him, but he's like one of those flying squirrels or something. So I throwed him out. When I threw him out, he did one of those old school skin the cats back in, where you're like, if you're hanging on the hang if you're in the playground, you flip yourself back over on bars and stuff. Well, he did that on the ropes. Meantime, I was going for the DDT on Ariel. Ariel spun out, and I went to hit Ariel with a clothesline, and that little dude came back over the top rope like flying squirrel and super kicked the shit out of me. Oh. And Ariel hit me with 2 knees in my face. 1, 2, but yet I kicked out Raymond. Didn't go down. It wasn't going to go down like that. Then the two of them, Ariel gets on me. I start coming back again because I'm getting hella pissed. Alan pops up. I reverse. I have Ariel. He knocks Alan down. Boom, I hit Ariel with the DDT again. I think that's it. 1, 2, and I could have swore I heard 3, and the referee was gone. The referee was gone. Vanished. You know what happened to her?
The squirrel.
The squirrel. You're right. Absolutely. You follow the story well. The squirrel Alan pulled the referee out to the floor. So I'm like, the flip is going on here, and I look around. She's kicking him out, as she should have from the beginning, because he was all over the place in the beginning of the match, and I ain't going to cover. I'm just covering the end because it's conspiracy crap. She's getting him out. I turn around, and Ariel rolls in with a chair. So I'm thinking he's not in here today because of this kind of shit right here. He doesn't want to be confronted or talk about this. So I look around, he's coming to hit me with a chair, so I hit him before he can get me because I had just hit him with a DDT, so I had my wits about me. I get him, I go to blast him with the chair, but I guess Alan decided to go to the back and turn the ref around. When the ref turned back around, she seen the chair, slides in or she might have already been on the apron. I'm not sure if she's back, how quick, because I don't know if she's that quick, but she pulls the chair from me. I'm like, you son of a puta, what? And so She's taking a chair. I didn't argue much with her. I just tried to say, what the hell's going on? And I turned around, and old Ariel, not only did he hit me with like a set of like brass knucks.
What?
Yeah, why? Because I say a set of like brass knucks because I know they're not brass knucks because they were mine. They were something in my bag that I keep taped up. Quarters, nickels, and dollars from England taped up in a piece of tape thing. So, if somebody mess with me, I just put it on and it works just like some brass knucks, but it won't hurt your knuckles because it's soft on the inside but hard on the outside, so you can bust and tear that skin off. So he had gotten into my bag. Not only hit me illegally with something, but he hit me with my own illegal shit. And then tucked it away in his crotch, which I got to get back from him, but I don't know if I want him back now because we talked about him wearing the thong and Speedos and all this stuff last week and still got a disturbing image in my head of him on Deerfield Beach. But then he hit me with the double knees and I did not kick out of that one. There's a 1, 2, 3. On top of fighting, I think him being Chilean, but I think he had something to do with there being no AC in the building. Cool. And I'm not making up excuses. I'm just saying. I think he thought he would have the island advantage or the South American advantage for the heat. And in the locker rooms were even hotter than the venue. So I probably dropped 10 pounds of water before I ever got to the ring. But that's not why I lost, though, because I held in there. That didn't bother me being a South Florida boy and everything. But I believe that's why he's not here today, Raymond. He said that he had a tickle in his throat and he felt a little off. He was going to get tested.
Hey, you think he was planning this the whole time?
Of course. He went and took my own shit and hit me in the chin with my own stuff. And he had that guy. I think it was just he had a fail-safe, and then he had another fail-safe, and ultimately probably had a third fail-safe we don't even know about. Or maybe that was.
He used this podcast to get close to you.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think he's coming back?
No, of course not.
He's going to come back. He's just letting things cool down.
You got to keep an eye on that.
Because if he wasn't coming back, he wouldn't have wrote me and said, I feel like I'm a little off today. And I said, hey, let's talk about the situation. He goes, I got to go get tested. I think he's going to be back. I think he just doesn't know how I'm going to react when I see him because he left the building right away, too. Didn't hang out. He didn't celebrate. He was gone. I got up, looked around. People, the kind fans of CCW and South Florida Indians in Miami, they gave me a good send-off. I don't know if they thought it was my last match or something, but, they treated me like a king. If I was having a funeral, it would have been a king's funeral there. And, I'm thinking that's why he's not here today. That's a long story to say, hey, Ariel Levy's not here, but that's why I think he's not here.
Makes total sense.
We need to get that little squirrel in here one day, too, Alan, except for, you have to have Ariel to interpretate for him because he doesn't speak a lot of English. So he speaks some English. Or he's just working me and he understands it perfectly and he's just playing head games with me, just getting in my head, because he'll come to training once in a while and I'll say something. He'll go, see, yes. And I'll say something just randomly, not even on topic. And he'll go, yes, see. He just smiles at me. I'm like, oh, shit. Now I feel I've been worked. You could be right. I've been worked and plotted for months for this. They knew that I was coming and it was going to be an edible collision. No matter what, it was going to.
They're Chilean. They're smart.
Yeah, he's very smart. He's very well educated. He's very well spoken. He knows his business. Actor, so they know the sleight of hand and smoke and mirrors and the angles and directions. So I don't know though. We'll see if he shows back up here next week. But he's gone. So now I was just trying to add a format in my head, working through things. So what I'm gonna do, Raymond. That was that weekend, right? So now that was my show Saturday. That was CCW. Then we had it was not a good week for the Vampire. I predicted it to be either a bad week for the Vampire or myself. I'm talking third party. I'm not being weird. Myself, Gangrel, David. All right, so BRCW, Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. To hell, Raymond. Did you come to that show?
No, but...
because I didn't see it. You know what? They probably wouldn't have let you in.
It's probably going to upset you, but it's kind of rooting for Lakai.
What's that?
It's kind of rooting for Lakai. I'm sorry. That makes you feel some type of way.
Well, maybe I just let him beat me. Maybe I don't think he beat me. Maybe I just gave it to him out of being my student. You were rooting for Lakai, huh?
Yeah.
You Haitian?
No. But I'm black.
You black? All right. So he's because he's Haitian, he's black?
No.
Close enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I love Lakai as a human being inside and out. He's one of the kindest men I know. A bit of a savage in the ring. Strong. One of the strongest guys. So strong, like a bull. But that show there, I'll get to the Lakai match, but that show, I think they had 200 chairs. And they expected to do 150. Then they ended up going and getting 50 more chairs. So they had 250 chairs, but they ended up doing 350 in sales, standing room only. So they weren't expecting to do a lot, but it was tremendous setup. Matthew, Neil, and all the crew at Boca Raton Championship Wrestling down there. Great setup. Treated everybody good. Man, they had like catering. They had catering, like grilled chicken and steak. Right? They're spoiling these guys. Well, a lot of the guys were ex-NXT and I want to say X. They were let go. Their future endeavor, whatever. X. I guess X covers that. And different companies and stuff. A lot of great guys. It was good to see Bull James. Always good to see Bull James there. Dirty Dango, formerly known as Fandango.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there. But he's a guy I'd like to get on the show one time. That dude's so smart. So talented. And he was there. MJ Jenkins. I'm sure you were pulling for her. Renee Michelle. She was there. Who else did they have in there? A dude that was in TNA for a while. I can't think of his name. They had a lot of guys. Like Noah. He was in NXT. Big Noah, like the Islander.
And they run monthly or
Sean Maluda. What's that?
They run.
Their next show will be November 6th, I think. 5th or 6th, a Sunday, whatever that weekend is.
Like bi-monthly.
Yeah, I think they were only going to run show a year, but if you look it up, if you look up Boca Raton Championship Wrestling online, you see the setup, or look at their YouTube page, you'll be impressed. So I don't think any of the footage is out from this show, but it's light and day. Tremendous setup. It was in the YMCA, Boca YMCA, a very nice one. Big room. Very nice setup. The first show they did was at Boca Black Box, which was a great setup too. But it definitely evolved, this one. But then, I had Lakai there, and I was in the main event. Had all these great names on the show and all this other talent, but there's me going for their championship in the main event. Man, I'm blowing up. I think it's all like heat exhaustion from the weekend, sweating. But Lakai, it was a battle. You think that he was younger, faster, and stronger would do it. But if he was here in this room right now, Lakai would tell you, he was huffing and he was puffing. I thought he was like the big bad wolf trying to blow something down. He's like, I could feel him. I had him reeling. He was mine to take it anytime, Raymond. Anytime. Baited him in, back and forth, came down to it. I was on, it was controversial because, unlike with Ariel, he was clearly a rule breaker. And it was good guy versus bad guy, babyface versus heel, blue-eyed villain. Clearly, there's a pattern there. With Lakai, it was two good dudes. Just two, good guy and good guy. Whatever you want to look at it. Two guys, fan favorites. So he went in with a split crowd, which makes it hard. And it was a controversial thing. I had him in the beginning. He missed an elbow. I went for the DDT. He drove me into a corner. He wanted to drive me into the corner again, and all I did was pull out. But it looked controversial because my hands did follow through on his back and rear end, and he ended up going through the corner into the pole and hitting his shoulder. Now, I told the ref to check him. The guy told the ref to get away. Being the competitor in me, seeing the opportunity, I went after that neck. Went after him. I pulled out neck breakers, the stuff I don't usually do. I worked some things, And I felt I had him there. And then that youth and his strength, at the end, he made a surgence. But I think that it was almost like when you watch Fast and Fury and they hit the nitrogen tank too quick. Yeah. Oh, and I'm just waiting because I'm still holding. I haven't hit my button yet. And I'm still on cruise control. And he hit that tank, and then he was going and going and going. Boom. I got him. He went to the top, and he was moving slow. I got him there. Went up. I had to hit my tank there, which might have been the problem because I had to physically lift him for a superplex. He wasn't coming off that top rope. Now, whether he was uncomfortable up there or he hit that tank too soon, whatever. It was like trying to, I don't know, imagine if you go to a farm and just try to suplex a steer.
That was a steer.
A cow or a bull or a bull or Some other farm animal, a horse. Just pick a big ass farm animal and go there and just sit on top of a fence and try to suplex him while you're standing on the fence off over the other side. Like, that's all me. And I think I hit my tank there, but I exhausted it. When I did it, I over-rotated, and with his survival skills and growing up in Haiti and different things, he snagged me like a trap, man. He got my one leg because I overflowed it, and his strength, he still had that strength. Caught my one leg, so my head, we were already locked head to head with the suplex. And my momentum, because I had to thrust him so hard and bring him over, my knees were coming around, and he just hooked it. And damn if he didn't steal the 1, 2, 3. So it was a dark weekend in my wrestling career. And you know what? It was my 35th September. 35 years I've been wrestling.
Does that?
I couldn't pull off a local title, 2 local titles. Florida boy, born and raised, proud to death to be a Floridian, South Floridian, and lost in two chances to cap off my career with a thing. Maybe it's not time to go. I got to ride another year out, get more opportunities now, I guess.
Does that make the loss worse when you know you lost because of a mistake that you made? No,
it was Lakai, so I didn't feel bad. Because I was happy for him. It was like one of those bitter, like, whatever. Okay. You got it, I'll bounce back. Guy got up, people still cheered. I raised his hands, they cheered more. Because at one point in the crowd, they almost, you were pulling for Lakai, but you got to remember, we were in Boca. So I think they were pulling for me. And I'm not saying anything bad about Boca. I'm not saying anything bad about Boca. I'm not saying anything bad at all, but I'm thinking that I was more heavier the fan favorite. Only because of the TV time I had and the iconic character and my way to connect with a crowd. T comes out. They cheer him because they're afraid of him. But afraid he's going to kill him, eat him, or beat him up, skin him, hang him from a tree. I don't know what they think. But he looks very mean when he comes out, even though he's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I come out, I'm I guess like kind of a ham. I could feel where the energy is in the room, and I hate to use the pun, but the energy vampire. But I'm like, whoosh, I'm just like a circuit, like electricity in the air. I go find him and pull off him, boom, 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 boom. So I look like a lightning bug lighting up around the ring, bing, 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 and then I get in there and like. So I'm connected to everybody because we all shared a bit of energy on the way through. So part of just 35 years of wrestling, knowing how to feel a room, read a room, and connect with a room, So I had that edge there.
So you hit 35 this weekend?
Yeah, this month, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this year, September.
Yep.
Can't remember the exact date in September, but it was towards the mid-September end. So, yeah, but I just say September, so, yeah. 35 years.
Your month is coming up next month, October,
Halloween is coming up, man.
Are you ready for next month?
Man, like, no, I'm not ready for next month. I have cancellations this month, so I'm not I'm not on the road this weekend. I'm actually I had a cancellation on the 10th. The 11th, I don't know how to play poker, so I may need a quick poker lesson before this weekend, September 11th. I'm playing at the Coconut Creek Casino, Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Not celebrity poker tournament, but it's a poker tournament for the wounded veterans. So it's a charity thing for wounded military veterans and stuff like that. And I'm a bounty, what they call a bounty. So, and I don't know much about poker, so I didn't even know what this meant when they told me did I mind coming in and being that. I'm like, what do you mean bounty? Like mutiny on the bounty when it's all about 3 bad brothers. The guys, Beastie Boys. No. They said no. It's not a ship. It's not bounty, not booty, not any of that stuff. Bounty, like as in, if somebody knocks me off, if you were in that tournament, you paid to be in that tournament, and you beat me and I get eliminated out of the tournament, you either get $1,000 or $10,000 for knocking me out. So I'm like,
so you're a target.
I'm a target.
Yes. Oh man.
Yes. So. Which I don't understand. I don't even know how to play poker, so whoever gets me, you better hope you pull me in the first round because you're going to get easy money because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And if I win anything, it's because of dumb luck. And but I am going to try to, not today. Today I got my full plate, but Wednesday I'm going to start taking crash course in poker. I'm going to have to call and find out what games of poker. I don't even know how many, there's so many different versions of poker. I don't even understand poker. I don't gamble. I don't even do lottery tickets, Raymond. Once in a great while, I broke down and had Susan go pick me up 5 Powerballs when they were in the billions or something. I was like, yeah.
You might have beginner's luck.
Well, yeah, but I don't understand. There's so many games. It feels like 21. I get 21, but all these royal flushes, all these different things, Joker's Wild. I don't know. There's so many different card games. I mean, you probably don't gamble either. You would be saying that. So I'm thinking you don't know either. Like,
No, but I don't.
I don't think you know either because there's so many versions of poker. I'm terrified. And I think the Headbangers are in this tournament too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the Coconut Creek Casino, September 11th. It's in the afternoon. I think there's food, fun, music, and cards. So if you're in the area, it's for a great cause, wounded veterans. Definitely come out and check that out. So Raymond probably look it up when he's editing. He might throw it up there or something. I don't know.
Oh,
picture of it. I'll send you the information. But it's for a great cause. It's for a really great cause. And again, it seems like we're drifting back to, this is not wrestling. This is just the world. And this the stuff military veterans and combat veterans go through and the things they see and the demons they got to carry, and for us to sleep at night. So thank you to all the veterans coming up. And September 11th comes up too. Thoughts and prayers with America and everybody that lost somebody at 9/11. And I know we all lose somebody every day somewhere in life, but we lost so many people at one time at 9/11, and it's a tragic event. So thoughts and prayers out with everybody there too as that day comes up. And that's the day that the poker tournament is. So I guess maybe that's why they did it. I don't know, on that day or whatnot. But I'll be there. And hopefully see everybody there. I wonder if there's a concert playing that day and give me tickets. And
You love concerts.
I do like concerts, man. I do.
We got to get you in a hip hop concert.
Yeah. Which one?
I don't know. I'll look for some after the pod.
Nobody comes around no more that I want to see. I mean, I miss Ice Cube. I would have went when Ice Cube came through with a group.
Probably Kodak, somebody young. Get you hip to somebody.
Hip to somebody. I already watched rap shit. Do you watch it?
Nope.
No, you do not. And I got to educate you on that whole show.
Nah, I may start watching it. It may feel too close to home.
It's Miami, Liberty City, Carroll City. They're all over Miami. They don't ever creep up in Broward though on there. I don't see no Broward locations. Although they probably filming in Broward, it just looks like Miami. It's Miami, where I live, Hollywood's getting off the hook too, man. I'm scared when my building. I think half the actors from that live in my building. Like everybody gets on there and looks like they're Drake or something. Like, everybody's got money and gold, looking good, smelling good. Everybody's got great cologne in my building. I noticed in the elevator. Not that cheap stuff. Not that old oils from the flea market and stuff like that. They got on. I'm smelling Versace and that. They're up there with that stuff. And probably some Gucci. Yeah. Well, what's going on in my building? I'm thinking I'm the poorest guy in my building. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm probably going to get evicted soon. So,
But this was a really busy weekend for wrestling.
Yeah, it was. So I was busy this weekend. And apparently
sure.
There was 2-3 shows this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Help educate me. But pick one.
All right,
where are you going to start with?
We'll start with the Clash.
Start with the Clash, which was it showed the first day and then re-showed again. When was that? Was that on Sunday?
No, it was on Saturday.
So it was on Saturday, but I was wrestling Sunday. Oh, no, people watching AEW on Sunday when I was in the locker room. Somehow they jacked it. There was a great locker room, a huge green room, and somehow somebody downloaded their app or something into the TV, and they had on AEW. It had to be AEW that was on. But so the Clash was Saturday. So what's up with the Clash? What's going on?
Well, you were correct, which, Roman took the W.
Of course. Think they're going to give it to a Scottish guy over in Wales?
Hey, I mean, I heard it was a...
Part of Wales?
It's a part of England, right?
Part of UK.
You got to educate me on the UK. I don't want to sound ignorant.
I am too. I don't really know what changes this because there's Scotland, there's United Kingdoms. Like I think there's Wales, there's England itself. Then you got Scotland. They're all kind of connected, right there.
So just wasn't in England.
No, it was in Wales, Cardiff.
It's a country.
Yeah, they got their own language too, Welsh.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah. But Cardiff is you drive to it, you go over a bridge to it. Beautiful place. A lot of people in England go there for vacation. They have nice resorts and stuff like St. David's. I think is a place over there. Used to stay at St. David's or something, and the WWE used to run over there a lot in Cardiff. So I've done a few shows in Cardiff back in the day. But it's a great place. So the show took place there, and what?
Roman took the W, but
Roman took the W.
At the end of that, Solo Sikoa, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. It's one of Rikishi's sons.
He got so many sons. He's got his own baseball team, and every one of them got a different mom. I can't keep track. Kishi, man. Kishi's a player, man. He's settled down now, Miss Karina. He's got Miss Karina. You know his other son. He's got another son right now. His baby son, his youngest son, Samson.
How old?
I think he's in 9th grade now. So like I've known him since he was so little. One time the girl I was with in L.A. Samson was like, he kept looking at her and talking to her. We were at this private party. Kishi and him were running that company out of Spain or whatever it was with Roberto. And it was part of it there. We were there at a mansion in Beverly Hills. And little Samson was over there talking to this girl. Oh, he just like looking at her. He just went to walk off. Bro walked through a plate glass window. Blash! Didn't even phase him. Broke the whole window.
And kept walking?
He's just fine. He's like, whoa. Like, shook it off. Like, what the hell? Broke a whole window. Now he's, I think he's like 14. He could be 14 or 15. He might be 16. No, I think he's only in 9th grade. So he's like 4. But he's like 6'4", like 3 something. Like, not 6'4", like, he's bigger than 6'4", I think now. He's just huge. I'd have to go scroll through it, but he's just a beast. He's bigger than any of his other sons. Bigger than it. And then I just saw 2 Sundays ago. I saw his other son, Nico. His other son, who Kishi said he was getting back into wrestling. I asked him. He says, I don't know. He trained for a little while under me. Yeah, but he got like, God, I don't know how many sons Kishi got. He got like, I don't know, like 8.
They all look like him.
9.
They all look alike.
Of course, Kishi got the strong genes, that Samoan genes, man. But he got a lot of babies out there, man. A lot of babies. And so yeah, the Usos are the smaller of them. The other ones are all coming big now. And I met the other one. I don't remember how big he was. He wasn't small, but the blonde hair one you're talking about right now. I think he was in NXT. I think he came to a couple shows when I did some stuff around Orlando.
You got a call up,
showed some respect and said, "What's up?" He's raised right, and all the Samoans are come up the right way in wrestling, raised with respect and manners. But if you cross them, you start having I don't know, you think the police are a big gang. Wait, these Samoans come after you. You don't want to cross them, I can tell you that.
It's kind of off topic, but when did the Samoans get into wrestling? Like, were they always, was that family always?
I mean, you're going to have to go back. You was in here when Jacob broke down the Samoan dynasty.
Yeah,
but it's probably one of your better viewed videos, isn't it? When he's trying, he forgets how many people and how far back it goes.
Like that's the most powerful family in wrestling.
Peter Vivia, all them. I'd say it is.
Yeah,
it's the strongest bloodline. And it's funny that they call themselves the bloodline. I'd say it's the strongest bloodline running through wrestling and bonds. And it's very, very talented. A lot of them are just trained on their own too. Like Jacob Fatu, he got proper training, and the Usos kind of were trained and not trained. They just kind of got trained on shows, I think, and stuff like that. But then they baptism by fire. You get thrown in a good company, and then so I'd say they're like WWE for life, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So because that was their fire they're baptized in, and but all super talented, all super respectful. They all show tremendous respect to their elders and everything else. So then. But again, you don't want to cross none of them now. Don't get it twisted.
Speaking of being crossed, I don't even know.
Oh, excuse me there.
I'm not sure if this is something to be.
All right, should I lean back and take a listen? What's
Yeah.
Are we still on the show? We talking about the Clash or what?
Yeah, I mean.
Are we going on to another subject now?
Similar. We're going over the Tony Khan because we're not gonna have enough time to cover both shows in depth.
Right, because I got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
I got to get down to Dr. Silva's Wellness Clinic, Ultra Wellness, to get my PRP in my knees and stuff like that. So yeah, Tuesday's my PRP day. They spin my blood, get my plasma enriched, and they shoot it back in me. Yeah, it seems to help. Yeah, it's keeping me vampire-like, moving throughout this year. I don't know. Got a lot of dates in the next year already, Raymond, but I'm thinking I should get that knee surgery. Keep thinking about it. But I don't know. But all right, what are you talking about getting twisted and what's got twisted? And you said, so we're not talking about Clash now. Now we're going to Tony Khan?
Yeah.
All right, so we're all over the place. All right, so.
Yeah.
All right, go on. What you got there? The camera overheating again? Oh, okay. Oh, you're making sure you get this. Oh, you must have some bad shit coming.
No, it just every 30 minutes this one has to restart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with 30 minutes in. All right, so speaking of being crossed, I think at AEW they do a media scrum after their pay-per-view events. So afterwards, Tony Khan, I think I said it to you earlier. He was pretty much upset about WWE like counter booking his event.
Did they?
Well, the All Out was scheduled way before WWE scheduled the Clash at the Castle. Okay. Not only did they do that, they also had an NXT show. So it was NXT 2.0 versus NXT UK.
Yeah, but is it just...
And I guess he feels like that watered down that weekend of wrestling before his pay-per-view, and he basically said he's not going to take it lightly.
Okay, so Burger King ain't going to sell Whoppers on Monday because McDonald's is selling Big Macs on Monday, and then Burger King, and like, vice versa. Like, I mean, they're not on the same day.
No. He compared himself to Jim Crockett. Yeah. I'm not familiar with. I know Jim the name, Crockett, but I'm not familiar.
Promotions, yeah. That was it, man.
He said, when I compare myself to Jim Crockett Promotions this weekend, I got a taste of the same medicine Jim Crockett Promotions took, but I have a lot more effing money, and I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this effing shit.
Well, bravo. You should be saying that shit out loud on Twitter. I think actions speak louder than words. You know, I when I walk up and I see a dog, if that dog's barking, rah, 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 rah. Okay. And then there's another dog in the alley. He's not barking. And he's just looking at me. And he's just, what's up? I'm going to go by the barking dog. I'm going to take my chances with the barking dog. Because usually the barking dog's just barking to bark, you know. And the one that ain't barking is going to do something. But I don't doubt Tony Khan's going to do something. He's got money. He's saying what he's going to do. He's doing it. So what? They ran shows all on the same weekend. It's just business. It's a world of professional wrestling, you know. It's like I just mentioned, you like, what, you're not going to sell hamburgers today because McDonald's is, or Burger King, you know, vice versa. What are you going to do? I mean, it's just business. How many corners you go to? There's a McDonald's and there's a Burger King right across from it. And,
right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it is. And then Wendy's too, and then a Taco Bell, and like so. I don't know, man. He's getting really. I think I don't work there, so I don't know. I've only had cups of coffee in there. I come in, did one off and leave, and did a one off and left. But I think they got bigger problems and that they gotta handle than worrying about these pay-per-views. Like Hunter and them, they might have took jabs and said, yeah, well, you know, about the ratings thing, it's not a competition, and maybe it was, maybe it's not. People are gonna say things, but you know, the fans are gonna win from this because they're gonna have to put better product out there, and they're gonna think things through, and then they're gonna put more effort into things and stuff like that, especially on WWE end. Yeah. I think the game's gonna step up there, and not the game because of Hunter, but the game in wrestling, which it should, and they got AEW needs to handle like I haven't seen it, and I don't know, and I'm not talking to anybody, but just if you read or listen to the gossip. You got the Young Bucks and CM Punk going to blows, and Ace Steel biting Kenny Omega, which I don't know if I'd bite Kenny Omega. I don't know. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know if it's a work or what, but it's obviously something, and it's something. And but you need to get your. Before you start getting mad at anybody outside of your shit, get your own house in order, you know? Get your talent under control. Somebody step up and say, no, I own this company here, mofos. You're under contract. You get to do what I want you to do, or you can sit home and not get paid and not work anywhere, depending upon your type of contract. You need to get his house in order, man. It's going to end up like Game of Thrones. They're going to come in there and cut his damn head off, and somebody else is going to be running his kingdom. So, you know, until you start getting upset with Hunter or Vince or WWE corporate, whatever the hell it is, because they're running shows, that clash thing, I don't even know. Maybe it was intentional, or maybe it was just coincidental. Maybe it's just where the lineup fell, where they could fit a show in because they needed one for the UK fans, and to keep that market strong and hold that foothold anchor in that market. And maybe they got a 2-for-1. Maybe they stuck it to them and said, got a show on this weekend, but it was probably the weekend they needed to do the show, or they could fit the show in their own schedule because of all the scheduling. So, But I think, and I'm not a guy and that studies analysis or anything, or am I educated on any of this stuff? But I just think that talking mad shit like that and showing your
Card.
just showing your emotions out, like putting your emotions on your sleeve, just I don't want to say it makes you weak, but it makes you an easier target to see what they know they're getting at you. You know, if you were to no sell it, run on, move on, and just do something about it. You know, actions are louder than words. Like, actions always speak louder than words. But on top of that, he really needs to get his house in order if these are situations. And I mean, he still had the MJF thing, and then they had the promos with CM Punk. Then now you got Ace Steel biting Kenny Omega. You got a young CM Punk swinging on one of the Young Bucks, and CM Punk apologizing to not apologizing to Colt Cabana, apologizing to the fans that he's got to talk about Colt Cabana after all. What the flip, man? Like, it's like TMZ over there. It's like watching TMZ when it first came out. You're just watching train wrecks and hearing all the bad shit in the news, waiting for something else bad to happen. You know,
kind of overshadowed the actual pay-per-view.
Well, I think it's overshadowing all the talented people and stuff they got there, and stuff that they could be just concentrating on building other people. They just got to get their house in order, man, before they start worried about it. That's just my own opinion. And again, I am not an analysis or expert on anything. I've wrestled 35 years, but if I would have done the right things, I probably wouldn't be sitting here doing this right now. I'd be on the road doing some other things. So who am I? But I mean, in general, like, if there's a dog barking there, I got two paths to go. There's a dog barking here and a dog just quietly looking there. I'm going to go towards the barking dog every time.
So, I mean, since we're still on that topic, we didn't get to cover it last week, but them sending like a cease and desist to WWE.
On what?
About poaching their talent.
Oh, so they follow. So a big company has followed in tracks of a small company. MLW, correct? MLW originally sued WWE, or as a pending lawsuit, or I don't know, I haven't heard much more about it, for claims of them poaching their talent and blocking them on networks. So now AEW has followed suit.
Yeah, well, they sent like a warning, because apparently they reached out to Chris Jericho to talk to him about returning to the WWE when his contract there expires. Mm-hmm. And I guess Chris Jericho blew the whistle. Chris
Jericho's a rock and roller, so I'm gonna bring up a Metallica album, Master of Puppets. I'm just saying, you never know, man. This world's full of smoke and mirrors, and it's all smoke and mirrors. Believe none of what you hear, and only half of what you see, Raymond.
They're.
You understand what I said? Believe none of what you hear, and only half of what you see. That's what the old man Boris Malenko told me. Or he said a quarter what you see, but whatever. Quarter what you hear, half what, whatever. But none of what you hear and only half of what you see. It's all over. I don't know. I haven't talked to Jericho. I haven't done anything. I would like to talk to Jericho because I would have loved to have done a Jericho cruise in February, but I don't talk to Jericho. So or has he reached out about a cruise or anything like that? But he's so smart. Like he's not. Chris Jericho. There's nothing that's not plotted or ployed in his head. Like, so, you know, he might be saying all this and this and this, but he's probably thinking another thing inside. I don't really know. It's been a long time since I've been around him, but by no means is he one-tracked or does he have blinders on. I don't believe that. I think he's very smart and he's calculated, and I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Well said. So, I mean, was contract tampering common, like, back when you were with major promotions? Was that, like, a thing with WWE,
well,
WCW?
It was out in the open. I think they talk to each other, though. Unlike, maybe they do the same thing in AEW and WWE, but I think WWF and WCW, they knew when they had people liaisoning and talking to each other and whose contracts were coming up and whose weren't, but it was good for business. You know, it's good for the wrestlers to get paid better. It made people work harder. People were more creative. People put more into stuff. People do the favor going out and they're coming in. You know, there's rumors that Malachi Black's leaving now or something, even though he had a 5-year deal. Like, they're saying he bowed, gave a kiss and bowed goodbye, something out of the ordinary. And Tony Khan was asked about that in the scrum too. They just said I couldn't comment on it. who knows what's real and not real in AEW because they take something that was probably started out real, resolve the situation, but try to keep it a work, and then who knows? Like it's just insane. Like I said, I'm gonna go back to believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see.
Is that typical in wrestling? A 5-year contract, or is that like too long?
Well, WWE would give 3 years, or 3, maybe 5, but 3 for sure. But they could let you go anytime they wanted to. It was always one-sided. They could just let you go anytime they wanted to. You couldn't leave whenever you wanted to, but they could let you go whenever they wanted to. At least some of the lower end. I don't know. That was in my era, and those guys that had better contracts and some that worked directly for the company. But I mean, now everything's different. I mean. Everything's so different now. People are telling them what they're going to do or not do. It's spun around. WWE still probably has more of a reign on people than AEW does and stuff. And maybe Tony Khan wants it to be like that. You know, maybe he wants the people that have more freedom, feel more liberated and creative, and that they're in control of their own destiny or their narrative. Control your narrative. Braun Strowman's going back to WWE.
Yeah, I saw that.
So what happens to control your narrative there? But maybe Tony Khan thinks they can control their own narrative. The talent can control their path more. I don't know.
What I will mention is I think he's kind of seeing that and is taking steps in the direction of the WWE. Like they had like a meeting 2 or 3 weeks ago where they created like a talent relations department.
Man, I told you day one, Raymond, they had to answer to the numbers and stuff like that. And I said it's gonna come where people gonna be getting let go, not renewed. People gonna be unhappy. It's just you always got to answer to somebody, and you can't just let them run wild. And that's what was kind of going on. And
somebody created departments and stuff.
What's that?
Oh yeah, so they created like a talent relations department. I guess so. Tony is not the direct one.
Yeah, well, talent relations departments out there biting each other and fighting. Ace Steel. Wonder where poor Jerry Lynn was during all this.
Who's that?
He's a producer there, and he's part of those guys that shield you from QT Marshall, Jerry Lynn. They're all part of that the ones that are you bring your ideas and stuff to, and they take it to Tony, and Tony tells them, and they come back and reflect. It's a yay or nay, or there's a meeting, and we'll talk about it. It's something of that nature. There's some kind of food chain like that. So I wonder if they were just reffing this fight or all breaking it up. It was a big run-in. I would have loved to have been there to see. I want to see. Like, what if they could spin an angle like and actually revisit CM Punk's cage career, MMA career, where one of the Young Bucks and CM Punk trained to come back in a cage fight with each other.
I read something else.
Like, because don't they do a show, the cage and stuff like that? Didn't they do something similar?
Yeah, I think with
AEW. Jack Swagger, right?
Yes.
Right. So maybe they come back and run that whole angle. CM Punk and whichever Young Buck he swung on.
Look, I read something else this morning when I woke up.
Or maybe Hangman Page, because he's in that mix too, but he wasn't in that fight, though, right?
It said somebody threw a chair and knocked out one of the Young Bucks. So now I'm thinking it's work. Like now is
threw a chair where, in the locker room?
In the middle of the fight, I read something else this morning that CM Punk apparently threw a chair and it hit one of the Young Bucks and knocked him out. So I don't know if this is.
Well, the rumor said CM Punk was the aggressor, but I wasn't there, and I don't know anybody that was that's telling me any of this information. So I don't really want to say more or less or anything on it. Besides that, there's probably an argument. Some got carried away, and they probably the way of fixing it is like, hey, making it more of a work.
I do have a question.
You do or somebody else
me.
does? All right.
If this is legit, if this is not a work, does Tony Khan suspend CM Punk like he did Eddie Kingston? Like, what do you do with that?
What was Eddie Kingston's punishment again?
He just 2 weeks suspension for mushing.
2 weeks of what? No TV?
Yeah, he was off air for 2 weeks.
Paid and all that stuff.
I'm not sure if he was paid or not.
It would have been off 2 weeks of TV anyways, probably, because they come on TV 1 week and then they're gone for 3. So, yeah, sure, why not? Be off TV, sure. I gotta use you for 3 weeks anyway, so I'm gonna give you a 2.5 week suspension, and you're gonna come back and do a promo. Sure. Definitely fines. I mean, I don't know if WWE would take you off TV. I know that they fined you. Like, you would get fined for stuff or drug tested. Yeah. Then upon, like, if you have a controversial history or with drugs or doing some kind of crazy whacked out stuff on drugs, you know. So if you would do something and it fell into that gray area, yes, they would test your ass too. But a lot of times, And the Attitude Era, on average, it was around a $5,000 fine, three to 5,000. And I know one time I was brung in a room with a bunch of other people and Luna and stuff, and accused of something because somebody had a tape recorder and they taped all this stuff going on. Now, they were accusing them of steroids. So, and I'm not going to mention all the other people that are in the room, but they were all names. They're Hall of Famers and other things, right? So there's a lot of people in there. And some came out prior that were just in there for the same shit. I didn't buy anything or fall for this, but I was pulled in the group with Luna and other people that all had conversations with this person. And I absolutely was playing stupid. I know what DECA does for you. I know, but I'm like, oh, does that make your? Because I don't trust anybody, man. I grew up in Deerfield, third world. Everybody's the police to me trying to get you, man. I don't trust anybody. I'm like, oh, does that help your shoulder heal and stuff? Because I was coming back off a shoulder injury, but I didn't buy it because I didn't know the dude. I knew him kind of, but to me it was all suspect. Just to pull you out at random and try to sell you steroids or something. You're like, what? It's so weird, and I didn't, but I was pulled in there, and Vince McMahon was in there himself, and he'd be like, I'm not throwing stones in glass houses. He wasn't mad. If he was mad about anything, he was mad because you got caught. Like, he was like, you're stupid, So he's like, I'm not throwing stones in glass houses, but you are on tape. And I was thinking to myself, I ain't on no damn tape buying. I didn't do anything. But his ultimatum was like, he did his speech and everybody was in there and there was a lot of names. He said, well, you could take a test right now and prove your innocence, or you could take the alternative. And I was thinking, man, pee or blood, I don't know what test they're going to take, but I didn't do this shit, but I know what I did last night. It certainly wasn't steroids in my system, but there was some in my system. So I'm like, man, do I give him my blood or pee or whatever it is and open up Pandora's box? Like, speaking of Pandora's box, we'll get to it in a second, but do I open up this Pandora's box? Because I don't know what they're going to look for. Hold up. Like, you just don't know what you're being set up here, because there's already a suspect situation. Or the tape and all that. Now, I leaned back and he's just waiting for an answer. And I remember one of the guys sitting next to me. He's like, "Oh," he was getting really mad, really mad, because he's like, "How come?" He was like naming all these names. Why aren't these people in here? But they were. Some, not them. But I'm not even gonna say who was in there and left out. But I just I leaned back, I thought about it real quick. I remember Luna was looking at me, because Luna knew I was innocent. Like, I was innocent in this situation, but they didn't want to hear, like, oh, I didn't do it. They wanted, hey, give up your urine or your blood or whatever it was, test to prove your innocence, or take the alternative. He didn't say what the alternative was. I was like, I leaned back and I'm like, damn, man. Pandora's box, so I opened it up for all the other bad shit I did. I'm innocent here, but I'm guilty because shit's caught me. Karma's got me. So I leaned back and said, I'll take the alternative. Everybody looked at me like looked at me crazy, because most of them knew I was even innocent of these charges. And then one of them was like, no, why would you do that? I go, man, you was with me last night. You know why I'm doing that. And they went, oh, yeah, I'll take the alternative of the other one. Yeah, so a couple people raised their hands, and then he goes, okay. $5,000, get out of here, or $3,000 or whatever, $5,000 I think it was, get out of here. And okay, thanks. And I left. But here's the funny thing, is they never took that money from me, because they knew I was in. I didn't do it. I said no to the guy, because it was so suspect to Then that wasn't the only reason. I just didn't need it at the time. It wasn't like I was like, whatever. It was suspect. And just growing up in the streets and stuff, you kind of smell a setup. When there's a setup, you're like, hey, you're kind of, you're a little bit educated to it. So that was something that passed on. But yeah, but I never did. I think Luna got fined. She paid it. She had to pay it, but I never got it. And the other guys got fined. I think a lot of people were guilty, but I was innocent. But I don't know how we got into that story, but I think that's what was
with the CM Punk issue.
Oh, with the fines and stuff. Yeah, I think they should at least levy. Somebody's got to answer for it. So if they're making $1 million, they should absolutely get a $5,000 fine, and it should be public knowledge or something. You have to set some kind of example or precedence. You can't just go around throwing chairs or whatever it is, or swinging punches or spitting at people, or even coming up and verbally abusing somebody. Even though in my generation era they would, and it was accepted, and they would beat you up sometimes too, or you'd beat them up or whatever, or fight back. But it's changed now, and the world's changed, and people treat people better now. We understand the error of our ways. We understand the ignorant use of words, which I'm still working on, Raymond, you realize. And then, there's a lot of things, we're educated now. We're more educated and sensitivity levels and stuff like that. So we should be aware of things like that. So, yeah, it's a professional company, and it is wrestling, and we're known to be barbaric or whatever, but these guys, if they don't want to be body shamed and are using words like this and this and that, then they're going to have some other, you're going to have a better social behavior and address things a lot better. So yes, I believe we should be fined. Not suspended, fined.
Okay. If they lose money.
Yeah. Hit them in the wallet. Even though that's probably just a drop in the hat to them, and they'll write it off in the taxes somehow.
Just had another one before we got to the box. Kurt Angle, you're familiar with this guy, right?
He won the Olympic gold medal with a broken neck. He's from Pittsburgh. The next greatest thing from Pittsburgh since Bruno Sammartino in wrestling.
So he recently did a Q&A. He's been interviewed. So this is what he said. He said, there might be a chance I might end up coming back. I don't know when it'll be. Probably for one last match. So his last match was at WrestleMania 35 against Baron Corbin. But he spoke about, like, he wasn't satisfied with that match. So I guess
I'd love to see him and Chad Gable, whatever his name is.
I was gonna ask you, if Kurt returned for one last match, who would you like to see him face?
Oh, shit! That guy. I love that guy. That guy's so talented. He's a great talker. I love watching him. Yeah.
Who should go over?
Gable. Huh?
Who should go over?
Kurt.
Angle?
Yeah.
On his last match, go over?
Yeah. Sure, he should go over anyways, even if it wasn't his last match. Just he's won a gold medal or broken neck. It's Kurt Angle. Kurt frickin' Angle. Kurt frickin' Angle. Yeah. Bert. When he had the hair, we used to call him Bert, like, because of Bert and Ernie. He's like, Kurt would call him Bert. No, Kurt Angle 100% go over. Only because Gable loses so well. He's so good at it, and it doesn't hurt him. It doesn't hurt him at all. It would hurt Kurt Angle. It doesn't hurt Gable to lose, We're talking about little Chad Gable, not the other Gable. Stephen Gable or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't think
or Gable Stephen or whatever his name is.
Heard some stuff about him also.
Yeah.
But another question is Kurt Angle.
Oh, I thought we were going to Pendle. You said that was the last cut. All right, go ahead.
It's still Kurt Angle.
Go ahead.
Kurt Angle, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
All right. Is Kurt Angle's screen personality a reflection of his real life personality? Like, is he playful like that, or is he more serious?
Both. He's playful. He's friendly. He smiles a lot, but he's very well spoken. Rarely have seen his voice raised. But he's got a sense of humor. He was really good friends with Edge, and them. They were tight. They bonded they were bonding while I was there, and then I think they became tighter after I was gone. So, no, Kurt was funny. I've had Kurt come in and mess with me in locker rooms. He was a playful guy, but he's very serious, well spoken, and soft spoken, like not like aggressively spoken or anything like that. He was a good guy. He was a tremendous human being.
Right.
I mean, he had his demons. We all had our demons. I've joked about mine here just a few minutes ago. I didn't want to give up my urine or blood. We've all gone through some stuff. He's gone through some dark stuff. But man, when he was on Raw a couple of weeks ago, he looked fantastic. He got 2 new knees. That's what makes me think I want to go get my knee, but I can't come back and wrestle after mine. I don't know what his knee situation is.
Even with like a knee brace?
No, because my bone underneath, the bottom, the bone that my knee sits on, is crumbling. And the bone marrow is so thin that I'm only going to be able to get 1 knee replacement. Most people can get 2. I'm only going to get 1, and if I mess the 1 up, I'll be crippled. I'll have a permanent whatever. I'll be crippled. So the risk is too high. So that's why I'm going so long on this one, as it is, because I'm only going to get 1. And when I get the 1, I'm done and actively like wrestling in the ring. I can still teach and stuff like that, but not so sure. I'm ready to give up professional wrestling yet, and I think about it all the time. I should, because like can't get the cardio in and the stuff in to get the weight off, and I don't have enough discipline to be on such a strict diet. In my older age, you tend to want to be comfortable after 53 years of life. You want to have bread on your sandwich. You want to have bread on your grilled chicken sandwich. So I was struggling. Like we talked about the weight thing last week. I struggle with the weights up and down, and I can't seem to get below 248. But like I said, I float 248 to 258 every week, and ideally, I think I need to be around 230 to feel good in my knees, and my ankles and stuff like that. So it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle in my thought and head. But Kurt, no, I can't come back. Maybe Kurt, so did Al Snow. Al Snow had both knees replaced, and he's back. They're doing limited things. I mean, maybe they're not running and jumping. Maybe I could come back and do limited things, but I couldn't hop off the apron like that and risk shattering. I can't, be coming up running the ropes like that. I probably could come in and bump somebody around and do some things after a year or something, but be very selective what I do. But then it just puts me in the boat I am now, kind of cutting move repertoires down and cheating the quality of work. I know it's work smart and not hard, and you can always get by with character stuff, but it all depends. I guess I have to bite the bullet, do it, and see how much weight I get off. So if the visual look, health wise, weight loss wise, and everything outweighs the physical load, like where I don't have to do that, I could count more on my physical look and look good at it and do less, then maybe. But right now, I'm just riding this knee out until I can't ride it anymore. That's the plan right now, though.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's a painful plan, but it's a plan. What's in the box?
Actually got the boxes on. All right. From Kick Nan.
From who?
Kick Naan.
Kick in.
Kick Nan.
Kick Nan. All right. What's up, Kick Nan?
Are there any stipulation matches that you would like to do, but never got a chance to do?
Well, no. I think I've done a lot of things. Casket matches, coal miners' gloves, kendo stick on a pole, cage, no DQs, fans bring the weapons. And none of them I want to do. None of them want to do. Maybe I'd like to have a stipulation match, especially if my knee was healthy. And I was in Gangrel, if I was just wrestling to wrestle, where you just take the ropes down. And, so they did Kumite with the cage, right? This Kumite with the cage a couple weeks ago at the school. But I think it would be great just to have a ring with no ropes and be able to do a wrestling match in the ring with no ropes, and push everybody to the wrestling abilities there to tell a story, wrestle, and perform in that with no ropes.
I mean, well, if you've ever trained at your school, we've done a lot of those matches where you did not have us touch the ropes at all.
No,
you had to put on a full match, not touching the ropes.
That's right. It'll develop you to be a better wrestler later if you don't need the ropes. That's just how that'd be all icing of the cake, and just you already got what you need.
What about pretty sure I think I seen you in a steel cage, some type of steel cage. What about elimination chamber? Would you ever want to do something like that? You familiar with them?
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like the Survivor Series matches and stuff like that.
Is that too?
I just like, it's just a lot of moving parts, and you gotta, me personally, I don't like them. No, I don't have any interest in that, no.
Okay.
What do you want me to sit there like a little monkey in a
but,
like a test? They're gonna lab test me like a lab test animal.
It's probably too on the spot. But is there any stipulation match that you've thought of in your head that you never got a chance to do, like a casket match, like something that's unorthodox that it's known this character is known for? No. Nothing with vampires or nothing.
No, I just like wrestling, Raymond. I just like wrestling. I I'm already a sideshow freak as a vampire and spraying the blood. I don't need a bed of nails or electric barbed wire, or exploding bombs blowing half my ass out like Tarzan Gato or something like Goto Gato, whatever you want to say. Like, or piranhas in a tank or electric, or we're gonna jump the shark like Fonzie and Happy Days. No.
You just gave me an idea. I don't know if I want to throw it in here, bro. You should be like the host of Fear Factor, or we should create our own Fear Factor.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to do the stuff.
No, yeah, you're the host. You're like the bad guy. Do this, and
I'll give you $5,000 more if you put the boogie worms, used worms, in your mouth. So they go in the boogeyman's mouth, and then they go in your mouth. But they don't know. But they're blindfolded, right? If you're affected, they don't know what they're doing, right?
No, some. It depends on the challenge.
'Cause I saw a show where they couldn't see something. They got to stick their hands in and say, "Oh my gosh!" Like.
We should do that on here.
Or they'd have them smell something and say, "What is that?" It'd be like, "Oh."
Yo, yeah, I don't know if I want to share that here. I seen a clip from one of those shows like on Instagram.
Yeah, the Japanese would come up with some crazy shows like that. Ice tubs of water with electricity and stuff. Crazy stuff. Yeah.
But
it'd be fun. It'd be fun to host a show. Like thinking about getting back in there. Get some headshots and going back that direction, maybe doing some stuff like that. But then I could do the knee, clean the knee up, drop the weight, go into Hollywood.
Oh, do some headshots.
Or I say Hollywood, I mean like acting and stuff like that, not necessarily Hollywood. Yeah. All right, Raymond. So where are we at on time?
I mean, we're at the end.
We're at the end. This is the end.
Episode
the
60.
End, my friend. You don't know anything about the Doors either. I find that disturbing. You need to go listen to the Doors.
That I don't know the Doors?
I think you'd be a big Jim Morrison fan. Like I really do. I think especially with you wearing daisies and bright yellow kind of hippie stuff on your shirt there, I'm thinking you would like Jim Morrison. Pretty deep, some of his thoughts about lizard people and the snake and the West is the best. And I think you'd enjoy the lyrics. He's more of a poet than he's a songwriter and all that, but I view it more like poetry and stuff like that. Dark poetry and stuff. Dark journeys. He's on a lot of dark journeys, and I enjoy Jim Morrison. I think you would too. So all right, so we've covered everything on I don't even know. CM Punk possibly throwing a chair, Fines, Levy, Ariel dodging me to not have to face the Reaper, for lack of better words. I don't know. All right, Reaper, but Judgment Day here, maybe. I don't know. Not here. But what is it? Episode 60 it was, right?
Yep, 60.
So that's episode 60 of Fangin' and Bangin'. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough?
Take some.
That's it.